Good morning and Happy New Year, Lacamas Leopards. It's so great to be back after our winter break. Now, as we get back to Lacamas together, we know that we're so excited. We're kind of maybe out of some routines. I know that I stayed up later than I usually do, and so I have to get myself adjusted. So as a whole school community, we make sure that we spend this whole month going back over what does it mean to be like a leopard. We're going to review all of our behavior expectations and spend time to really dig in that we are making sure that we're like a leopard and learning and growing together. So we're going to start off with a little class quiz. For this class quiz, I'm going to ask a question. I'll pause for a moment, or your teacher can go ahead and pause the video and discuss and see if you can answer the question for what we call our PBIS, our Positive Behavior Intervention System. School-wide, we set expectations and learning that we all learn together that go around. A lot of it are behaviors. And so for this coming back, let's see where your class is at. And this is a perfect time to set some goals if maybe you couldn't quite answer some of these questions. And we're going to be doing some reteaching and relearning of all of our expectations. So first, see if you can answer this question. Ready? Lacamas leopards are... If you answered respectful, responsible, safe, and kind, you know our big four. These are our four main behavior expectations. Everything goes under being respectful, being responsible, being safe, and being kind. You got 1 point. Good job, Lacamas. Let's go on. Where can you find our behavior expectation matrix? If you said in our student and family handbook, you would be correct. Inside your handbook, as you're coming back, I want you to make sure that you revisit and go over again. What does it mean to be like a leopard in all areas? You're going to go over, again, your bathroom expectations. We had some situations that happened at different grade levels where we need to revisit and make sure that we're doing our best in being like a leopard at the bathroom. You're going to go over in the commons. That is where we have lunch. That's where we have assemblies. And so you're going to go over, so what does that mean, being respectful? What about in our walkways, in all of our hallways, as you're transitioning? When you are using your technology, when you have your laptop or your Chromebooks out and you are working on them. What about at recess? Now, here's something. Mr. McLeod, he's going to also review at recess. Recess is a big space, but classroom teachers and classrooms, you need to also be talking about and reviewing. When problems come up, that's the time to talk about it and stop. Make sure that you go over it. The more that we are intentional about making sure we know what it means to be like a leopard everywhere, we're going to be doing better academically, socially, and emotionally. Then also down here during safety drills. And we'll have another drill this month, but not till later. We'll let you get settled in and reestablished. So your handbook is where you find your behavior matrix. This is part of what all classes need to review as we're coming back in. Here's your next one. Can you point to your classroom expectation poster? In many classrooms, at the beginning of the year, we gave you something that looked like this so that you started talking about what does that mean in our classroom. Now, some of you have your expectations listed in a different way, but if you know where they are, that you can refer to them, that is a great visual reminder. It's important we keep these in front of us. Sometimes your teacher doesn't need to do anything more than go and point. Oh, got it. I know what they're asking me to do. So let's make sure, classrooms, if you don't have a poster up, where your kids can refer back and you can refer back, it's a good time to make sure you get your poster up. Here's another one. When you demonstrate being respectful, responsible, safe, and kind, you might get one of these. What is it? If you said a spatcha, you're correct. Our spatchas, all of the staff, we want to notice. We want to notice more when you are doing what is expected than when you need the reminders or the redirects or a pause for practice. We want to really notice the positive behavior that is going on here at LACMAS, because guess what? It goes on all the time. So, your spatchas, let's make sure that you're doing what's expected and you'll get incentives with this. What do we use when a whole class is noticed? If you said you get a big spatcha, that's exactly right. And I have classes that have over 30 big spatchas for the school year. Now that is 30 in the first few months. So this is a great time to set a goal. What's your goal for this month of big spatchas? I'm going to tell you something. It gets a little harder because at the beginning, these might have been given out just to really help you know, yes, that's it. Now that expectation starts to rise because we are expecting you to be like a leopard and understand and know more. So classes, set some goals. Maybe your goal will be, we want to be noticed in the hallway walking. So let's really work on walking quietly. Not only is that being responsible for your class to get to and from places quickly, it's being respectful to all the learners that are around you. All right, here we go. Over the next month, I want you to set a goal. If there was one of those questions you couldn't quite answer, that's a good goal for your class. If you didn't know where our behavior matrix was to review, as a class, make a game. Go to your behavior matrix and let's review through all of our areas. That's what we're going to be doing this whole first month. Now, your teachers, they have some lesson ideas that they can find in our Google Classroom. They can also find them in our shared folder. But I'm also thinking you might have some great ideas to review, especially as different situations come up. Now, before we left for break, we had several situations start to come up that needed kids to be problem solvers. Now that is a huge skill. And in your second step lessons, you will start learning more about being self-aware and helping to solve problems. One of the tools that we have in our second step, and I have a poster for all classrooms, is this step to solving problems. Step, first of all, has you identify what the problem is. Say the problem. This is one I hear a lot. I thought that ball was out. I thought that ball was in. We could rock, paper, scissors quickly, but sometimes kids argue over those. They get so heated because, no, I feel strongly about this. Well, say the problem. I thought it was out. You thought it was in. Think of a solution. We could rock, paper, scissors, or we can ask the people over here. There are always solutions. Explore the outcomes. Okay, if I ask this person, then I might be thinking that they're siding with you because it's your friend. And then pick the best solution. Okay, let's rock, paper, scissors it. It gets us quickly back to playing, which is why we're out at recess. Boys and girls, steps is one way to make sure that we're pausing before we say something that isn't kind, are physical with others, using words that we don't use here at LACMAS at all, and that move us to a different area where you have to be removed. We do a pause for practice, or you come and talk with me and your family. We want to make sure that you're getting all the skills that you need to solve problems on your own. This month, our character trait is perseverance. Perseverance is working hard. Perseverance is keeping at it. And it is self-management. At this time, it's a perfect time to set those goals. Set a class goal. What does your class for your behaviors want to set a goal to watch grow? And set a personal goal. What for you might you need to manage more? Might it be something around problem solving? Might it be something around, I'm going to really make sure that I'm turning in my work on time? Might it be something around, I'm not going to blurt in class so that I don't interrupt others? Your goals are going to be individual, but I encourage all of us as we come back into this new year, and we're coming back in and we're reviewing what it means to be like a leopard. There's all kinds of things that we can wrap up in this learning this month. Now, next week, I'll share more and we'll keep refocusing because we want to be like a leopard everywhere we go. So welcome back, LACMAS. Welcome to 2024. Let's make it a great start back. And remember, LACMAS leopards are respectful, responsible, safe, and kind.